check right there, taking a selfie with them. I'm going to turn this over to Sharice and Debra, and I'll let them just do that. Listen, the reason why they're here right now, I know you're not taking my picture, but I know they're here right now because they have to go off and vote, or they're going to try to get back here, or they're going to come back here and take pictures. So we're just going to have to interrupt time, and I'm going to have these two young ladies share now, and then we'll go from there, okay? So give it up for Sharice Davids. A round of applause, let her hear it.
So thank you all so much for coming here tonight, and thank you to all the tribes and folks out there who made sure that this event happened, even though we're in the middle of a government shutdown, and so we weren't able to have this at the museum. But nonetheless, we're here, and the first thing I want to do is say thank you to my mom, who's over here. Army veteran, and raised myself and my two little brothers on her own. And and real quick, I'm sure a lot of you already know this, but I started off at community college. It took me 4 years to get an associate's degree. It took me 4 years to get another 4 years to get my bachelor's degree, and then I was able to get into Cornell for law school. Raised by a single mom, first generation college student, there are a whole bunch of experiences that I have that are not dissimilar from a lot of people in this room and a lot of people across the country. It is not uncommon to be a first generation college student or be raised by a single mom. What is uncommon, or at least up until we got here, is to see that kind of voice represented in Congress. And we're bringing that, we're bringing Native women voices to Congress, we're bringing, and we're also bringing Native ways of being to Congress, which I think is a very, very important thing to keep in mind, because at the core of everything that I know I'm here to do, and what I've already experienced from Deb, is that we want to make sure that we're listening to people and seeing people and acknowledging and recognizing the human dignity, and that every single voice deserves to be heard by our decision makers. And now that we're part of that, I'm really looking forward to making sure that people remember the history of our country and also the present, that people keep in mind that we're still here and that our voice is really important, and that we need to have Native issues, concerns, and all the good stuff that's happening in Indian country to be acknowledged and heard and seen in Congress and on the executive side, and we're here to make sure that that happens. We'll be back here in a little bit. I'm going to turn it over to Congresswoman.
I almost feel like I'm at a loss of words. Earlier on, Sharice and I won, and then we've had these series of orientations, and one of the things we did is we went to Harvard to do a training, and we had an opportunity to meet with the Native American students at Harvard, and so we were in a room. First they gave us credit because they said they hadn't seen so many Native students come to the meeting until we were there. So I spoke first. I looked over at Sharice, and she has, we're both crying. We both cried so much throughout this whole campaign. I is and make the decisions that need to be made so that we can move forward, so that we can make our communities better places. So I'm honored to be here. I see so many familiar faces. I'm just going to give a shout out to Alex. She works at the museum, so she's off today. That's why she was able to attend. Thank you, President Biguet here in the second row, Kate Stetson. There are so many of you. And I just want to acknowledge real quick, we lost a really good friend of ours, and everybody knows him across the country. Everett Chavez from the Santo Domingo Pueblo fought for Native issues for the longest time. He single-handedly registered every single person to vote that could be in his Pueblo and advocated strongly to get folks elected to office who we know will be a force for good in our communities. Thank you all so much. I love you all. I love every single one of you.